Yo, what's going on, guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video, and welcome back to High Rank Hunters. Some of you guys may remember this series, but for some of you it may be new. This is a series we kicked off earlier in the year, and it was basically our chance to speak to some awesome people within the Monster Hunter community. It is a fantastic community, there are so many great people out there, content creators, streamers, speedrunners, artists, and this series is basically our chance to sit down, chat to them, and also share their stuff with you guys. Hopefully you guys are already subscribed to them, you already know about them, but if you don't, then these are definitely people you should be checking out. So far, we've obviously spoken to TDS Chris, or Team Darkside Chris, and also CantaPerMe. You can find those episodes linked down below. But today, we are joined by none other than Rage Gaming. So let me just start off at the very top. Where did the name Rage Gaming come from? Like, you don't strike me as an angry person.
I am furious you'd ask me that. No, it's a slightly an embarrassing story, but essentially when I made my channel 8 years ago, because I'm an old man now, I was playing WoW like it was my job, and my character at the time was called Rage Totem, despite not being a shaman, of course. And I got the notion to start doing YouTube videos because it seemed like fun, right? It seemed like something to do. And I was like, well, I'm going to make videos, and they're going to be on gaming. And people already call me Rage, because people refer to me by my WoW name. So, Rage Gaming Videos, innit? It just became the most literal, terrible channel name.
No, I mean, that makes complete sense. It's kind of basically how I kind of sort of came to R1 as well. I mean, because like, I've always been bad with names, and I basically just stuck gaming on the end of R1, and yeah, there you have it.
It was just a very literal interpretation of what I was doing.
Alright, so let's speak slightly more specifically about Monster Hunter now. So, I kind of feel like I know the answer to this anyway, but I'm going to ask it. What is your favourite weapon?
Okay, so like I like all the weapons, right? They're all a lot of fun. But I think since World started especially, if I had to commit to one, it's gotta be Rocket Powered Greatsword!
Amazing. Alright, so given that that is a flipping awesome weapon, do you have a particular set that you can kind of share for this weapon, and can you kind of talk through like what your thoughts are behind this set?
So it's essentially a super try-hard min-max set for max damage, but it's got a little bit of casual hunting in it. It's got a bit of health and the like. But for me, I really love theory crafting, especially in games like this. Like it's my juice, and working out the best sets for any given thing and seeing the extremes the game can take you. So as much as I like DPS sets, and this one I think is probably the best a greatsword can get, at least outside of speedruns, because Behemoth armor just kind of is ridiculous. Like I don't know why the power creep on that is insane. But if I'm honest, I much prefer doing sets like when I worked out just how much armor you could have, and I had a set with 1500 armor that essentially made me immune to monster damage. Like I had 98% damage reduction. Amazing. After I worked it out. So I combined that with my set that lets the Palico just solo even like an Elder Dragon in 15 minutes. And you could just go away AFK, not die, and watch your cat kill the monster.
That is incredible.
It's an amusing experience.
Okay, so you've been playing Monster Hunter for a very long time, since the beginning. Yes. So do you have, or at least you definitely do have, but what is your favourite monster?
God, it's such a hard. It's like asking someone what the favourite Pokemon is. You can't just choose. But if I had to, okay, let's do a rundown from 3. I feel like that makes sense. So Chameleos, I absolutely adore. I think he's fantastic, mainly because I love lizards. Like I have 5 pet reptiles.
Oh,
not
wow.
Not that I have a problem or anything. So the one monster that was essentially just a lizard, I can't help but really like. I also think Gogmazios is just my favorite Elder Dragon. I think he's incredible.
Yeah.
But if I had to commit to one, it's got to be Brachydios. I think he is just wonderful. And the introduction of Slime, Ergo Blast, was a special moment. And I love the way he fights. I love the fact that he has this symbiotic slime relationship and the biology of it. And I just love him. I really love Slime and Brachydios, of course, but Slime mainly.
And he is now
the fact
provider.
that Raging Brax.
He's now the provider of all the charms as well.
Yeah, exactly, which is fantastic. And the fact that Raging Brachydios is technically immortal, which I think is really interesting.
Going back a little bit, obviously we said before, you obviously been playing since the beginning. What actually got you into Monster Hunter?
So it was more just a twist of fate. Like, obviously I was quite young, and you go to game shops physically. Like, you actually used to have to go to a shop and
What
buy
is this?
I know, right? You had to used to pick it up. Like, I know, it's crazy. But you were just browsing games, and I saw first Monster Hunter for the PlayStation 2, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll try this. And back then it was kind of alright. I didn't know what a skill was to save my life, and I was trash at the game. But I kind of liked it, and then ended up with a PSP and got Monster Hunter Freedom 2, and that was the first one I put like 1,000 hours into, and the rest kind of is history.
Ah, fair, interesting. Yeah, that's the one I never played. Because I started on PSP, but it's didn't you used to use the analog stick to attack on the PS2 one?
Oh, it was awful. The original game was just, it was not good. Like, you could sense the charm underneath, but it was not fully realized at all. It was kind of a slog to get through.
Thank God for the PSP, eh?
Oh, yeah.
So with that in mind, do you have, like, this can be anywhere in your Monster Hunter history, do you have any especially memorable moments in Monster Hunter?
So this was a hard one to answer, because I don't think there's a single defining moment for me. Like, there's been plenty of special ones, like even from just watching the first opening cinematic of the original, where you first see Rathalos roar for the first time, and it's like, hang on, this is kind of cool. All the way to even recently watching Kulvtaroth melt through the gold wall, which I think is one of the most visually awesome things they've ever done. But for me, the main reason I love Monster Hunter is just because of how well it defines the creatures that you fight as actual animals. Because I'm kind of big on animals. As exciting as that makes me at parties, I just love the complexity and just the beautifulness of all the life we have, right? So, and I also like killing things with big weapons. So the fact that Monster Hunter kind of sells them as actual animals, it kind of feels like if you didn't go out and hunt, they'd be fine. They'd just get on with their lives, especially with World, which has done it amazingly if you just wander around and watch the monsters go through their daily chores, as it were. And I just like how almost believable as real animals there are. It really, it does it for me. It's kind of a magical thing that nothing else is really represented. It's why I love talking about it. It's why I know so much of the lore and all of that stuff. I essentially can't shut up, much like how I'm doing right now.
That is brilliant. No, it's nice to see. It's nice to see the genuine passion. It's actually quite interesting to sort of hear as well, like kind of the interest from like an animal perspective, like actually kind of appreciation for animals as opposed to just like I like big monsters and I like armor.
Yeah, exactly. That's
cool.
I just find them charming. I love it.
Well, with that being said, then final question for you. What are you hoping to see next in Monster Hunter? It can be like as the brand, or it can be like specifically in World or anything like that. What would you like to see next?
I mean, the obvious one is obviously World Ultimate, please, thanks. But I feel like more specifically and realistically, one thing I'd actually really like to see is the Arch-Tempered system used in what I'd say is a little bit more of an effective way. Like, for example, monsters like Pookie Pookie or Tobi Kadachi or Palumu that I think are really charming, fun little creatures that essentially don't exist for 90% of the player base, because why would you fight them? There's literally no reason to. So if you suddenly jumped the gun and gave them Arch-Tempered, even something like Dodo Gamma, even though he can't be tempered, because we're getting Zora and he can't be tempered, so I don't feel like it's a crazy leap there, then suddenly you bring these monsters that are really fun into some actual endgame relevance, and I think that'd be really healthy for the game in the short term. In the longer, it just needs variety. Like the old insect-type monsters, the crabs, just all of the different out-there skeletons. Like the fact that we almost got Laggy and they cut it at the last moment is one of the saddest things as well, because I think people would have loved him. But for me, I just want an expansion that doesn't just add loads of Elder Dragons to endgame, that actually fills out the lower tier rosters with some more creative, little unique types that we've had in the older games.
Fair, yeah. No, that would definitely be awesome. I definitely fully agree. Like, it'd be nice to be able to put some value back in some of those mid-tier monsters, because some of them have some really cool armor sets as well. So yeah,
they do. Like, they look amazing. Like, I'd love Arch-Tempered Odo, Gamma Odo armor. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I know, right? It'd just be fantastic.
They also just need to bring back, like, make just Dodo Gamma the most powerful monster in the game.
Oh, he is the best monster, right? Like,
he needs revenge.
There's no two ways. Like, you can't ever kill it. He's capture only.
Exactly, right? It's like, it needs to be like, he needs to come back. He needs to pick up Devil Joe in his mouth and be like, this is my turn.
Who's laughing now,
exactly.
Bitch?
Amazing.
That does remind me, actually, I had a little edit to Dodo where he was essentially the size of Endemic Life, and he was just like the size of the hunter's foot, just wandering around, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in this game.
That's amazing. That is, dear, that is so good. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for spending the time and taking some time to sort of chat to us. Really appreciate that. Of course, for those of you guys watching this, you'll find links to Rage on YouTube and Twitter in the description box down below. Definitely check them out. Super awesome videos. Thank you so much. And guess we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. It was a lot of fun. Goodbye.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here. But once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.